Ladies and gentlemen, it feels so good to be able to say that I have finally watched the Super Mario Brothers movie. Not only that, I have finally watched a Super Mario Brothers movie. And I know some of you might point me in the direction of the movie that came out back in the 90s, and I would say you are horrible at giving direction because that place does not exist at all. But you know what does exist? Somewhere in a warp pipe, somewhere in Brooklyn, the Mushroom Kingdom. Every single shot in this movie was a nod, a love letter, a Easter egg to Nintendo fans, to Mario fans. Every single one. If I even tried to go through all the Easter eggs in this movie, first of all, I wouldn't make it because I don't remember all of it. I would have to see it multiple times, but it would take a very, very long time. But I'm going to try. Welcome to this review that's 100% going to be spoiler filled. Yes, I'm talking about the movie like if you already watched the movie and we're just talking about it. So if you haven't watched the movie, don't watch this. If you have watched the movie, welcome. And if you do not care about spoilers and you just want to watch this, then enjoy. So without further ado, spoiler filled review starts right now. No. This is a Mario review. You can't do it like that. We got to do it the right way. Meh. No. Mario Kart. No. I think I could do it better than that. Hold on. Here we go. There you go. Every single frame of this movie, an absolute love letter. Easter eggs. I guess I'll start there. I heard the GameCube startup sound. You know, the do boom. I forgot where it was. I'm telling you, listen, it's just back to back, just knocking you over the head with question blocks of Easter eggs. It's so crazy. So I know I heard that. It might have been an alarm or something like that. But I guess I'll start at the beginning of the movie, the actual beginning. After the Universal logo, they gave the Illumination logo, and the Minion was on the Mario Kart, and I'm like, Minions for Mario Kart. Why not? But you hear the same Mario Kart start up, the man, but it was like he almost held on to the Y button for too long, so he basically wiped out right there, right at the starting line, and then zoomed off, and that's how the Illumination logo went. And then the Mario logo, the Nintendo logo, had Mario and Luigi basically running around like the original Mario Bros. Games. They hit the logo, which reminded me of my old YouTube logo from intro from the back in the day, where my little 8-bit version of me would run and then hit the logo. But anyway, it was based on Mario, but based on nothing. Which now someone would see that and say, "Oh, it's based off the movie," but it was like, no, it predates it by like 7 years. But anyway, listen, like that was already good. So I already knew we was in for something good. When the intro, when they put some sauce, some spice on the intro, you're in for something good. So the first frame of this movie was the actual old school Super Mario Super Show ad, for Mario Plumbing Company. And let me tell you, right here, right now, if you thought that Chris Pratt, and I'm just going to focus on Chris Pratt, even though Charlie Day, all of what I'm going to say right now applies to his Luigi also. During this ad at the beginning, which you've seen bits and pieces of in the actual trailer, which, by the way, the trailer to this movie, they basically spoil the whole movie. I'm going to just be honest and just say they spoiled the whole movie. But this being the first Mario movie, I didn't mind, and I still enjoyed the movie when I actually watched it. But yeah, so during this intro ad, that's like the old Super Show, Mario and Luigi are doing actual, well, let me not even say Mario and Luigi. Charlie Day and Chris Pratt are doing their best Charles Martinet impressions, and they kill it. They do a great job of regular Mario and Luigi voice. Like they could have did the whole movie like that. But then right when they come out of that ad, they go into their real life voice and less stereotypical Italian, over the top. And they even mention that, I think that was too over the top. And when they do, a dude, I think he's on the arcade or something, who's dressed just like old Jumpman, with the red overalls and the blue shirt under, with that, funny old school looking hat with the little button on top. He turns around and goes, and it's Charles Martinet voice, and he basically says something along the lines of like, nah, it was perfect, you know what I mean? But it sounds just like Mario in the games. So that was amazing. Then obviously Mario and Luigi getting ready to, hopefully they want their first job. They run into Spike, which Spike isn't one of the characters from, the Mario games who throws the damn spiky tubes at you and stuff like that. The green little dudes. No, it's this. What was he? I don't know if he was a delivery man, a mailman. I don't even remember, but he was their previous boss, so he was clowning them, and that was played by Sebastian Maniscalco, which was mad funny. And he did a Mario voice, and he's an Italian with a super funny voice in real life. He makes a super funny voice in real life every time he does his stand up. But like if you look at when he does his stand up and then him speaking regular, like just talking regular, like to you, it's two different things, and it's almost like Mario, like what they did there. So I thought it was really cool, and they let him, a genuine Italian man, do the Mario accent too, making fun of the ad, like, oh my God, it's terrible, like you're some horrible actors and stuff like that. So that was cool. And he tried to bully Luigi, and right when he did, this is where you first saw how Mario is, which they captured the character perfectly. Mario immediately steps up, gets all up in his face, like, you better leave my brother alone. And this dude is huge, you know what I'm saying? So he gets up, and Mario never backs down, even though the dude presses Mario and everything. Luigi's even like, yo, you crazy. And he's telling him, like, yo, you can't be scared all the time. And he's like, you want to bet, basically? Like, mad funny. So they get their first job. They go to fix a pipe, and not even a pipe, a leaky faucet. All they had to do was tighten the thing. But on the way in, Luigi was scared of the dog. See, being scared all the time, steps on the dog's bone. The dog gets pissed off. So then the dog sneaks into the bathroom and starts fighting them. Classic, just classic animated thing, a trope. And they're fighting all around the bathroom. Mad fun stuff is happening, destroying the whole thing. Mario ends up trapping the dog in the shower. The shower starts overflowing because they're stepping on all the water, pipes that are bursting all through the shower. So as they're holding all the pressure in, the actual shower ends up filling to the top. The dog gets out, tries to jump at the brothers. They move out the way. It falls out the window. Craziness, like, so you already know what you're in for. So after they're home and their first job went terribly bad and everything, they basically see a commercial where it's like, oh, Brooklyn needs help, it's overflowing, it's a flood and everything. And Mario, is like, yeah, we're going to go fix that. Like, this is what we do. We're going to go save Brooklyn. And they go under, the sewers and stuff like that. Looks very much like something you would see in Mario 3 in those levels where when you went through the left, you would come out the right. When you go through the right, you come out the left. Very much like the original Mario Brothers game. Yeah, Luigi ends up getting sucked through a pipe. Mario's like, yo, Luigi, where you went? He gets sucked through the pipe. They meet up. They split up, right? And Luigi goes to basically the all beat up area. Who knows where he actually landed? Because it looks so burnt up. It could have been a kingdom that was nice and beautiful with castles there, but it just looked all like ash. And Luigi basically has to face off against a bunch of, dry bones, Koopas and stuff like that, which are done really well, super cool. Like, I love the fact that when the first one that he kills, like the Luigi hat lands on it, and when he grabs the hat and he's celebrating, you just got Luigi, and it comes back to life. They all start coming out the ground. He gets into the mansion. It reminds you of Luigi's mansion so much, and you're thinking you're safe. Luigi sighs, with relief, and then the lightning goes doo-doo, and you see the Shy Guys behind them. And so, yeah, they take Luigi, kidnap him. Now, Mario's in the Mushroom Kingdom. We've all seen this section where Mario comes out. The what is this place was actually in the pipes, where he says that. He doesn't say that when he's at the mushroom, at the blue mushroom. And they build up the blue mushroom throughout the whole movie. The first thing Mario does is go to touch a blue mushroom. And Toad, Captain to be exact, badass Captain Toad. What a stud. If you thought Captain Toad couldn't have his own movie, the dude was amazing in this movie. Like, the character, it was just so good. Mad funny. Some of the funniest lines in the movie came from Captain Toad. So he's like, yeah, don't touch that mushroom. He's like, oh no, this one's cool. So then they basically fast forward. They, they go through the whole Mushroom Kingdom. He's like, yeah, I'm going to help you get to Peach, and she'll help you find your brother, because where he's at right now, it ain't good. You know what I mean? Like, Bowser's trying to take over everything. So as they're making their way through the actual, I guess you could say, the neighborhood of the Mushroom Kingdom with all the shops and everything, the downtown area of it all, there's a lot of little nice Easter eggs, like the Cheep and the bag and the Toad is holding it. The one that I like the most, though, they're walking by a group of, I think this is right after the Cheep moment. They're walking by a guy making a sale, And the person asks, "Oh, does this work?" And the guy go, "Oh yeah, perfect. All you got to do is blow into it." And it was actually a Nintendo cartridge. And matter of fact, in the house before the news report, Mario was actually playing. Well, I don't know if it was Balloon Fight. I don't know what game he was playing. I don't remember. But yeah, he was playing the NES. And there was posters everywhere. I saw like there was a pizzeria in one section. In the poster there, it had the Italian dude from Punch Out, from Super Punch Out, which I thought was cool. Yeah, so Peach, absolute badass, like from beginning to end. And she does get captured in the movie because Bowser's whole thing is he wants to marry her, just like in Mario Odyssey and plenty other games. Paper Mario series, he just wants her, he loves her, he's infatuated with her. And Jack Black has this amazing song, this Peachy, Peachy, Peach, like this hilarious song that also plays after the credit, like the whole thing. Mad funny. But I'll get to Bowser in a second. Like Peach, they just did it right. Like her showing Mario like the way to do the actual stunts and everything. Because you know Peach been doing this shit since, what year? 88, 87 if not earlier. Like, you know, in Mario 2. Like she's been kicking ass. Super Princess Peach, Smash Brothers. Like you already know 3D world. This is what Peach does. So she's teaching Mario because Mario's new to this world. And that section right there, I think they're playing I Need a Hero, the song I Need a Hero, which goes perfect. I love the whole soundtrack to this movie. It was perfect. Like literally perfect. They just showed so many versions of Mario going through the level, getting beat up, getting hit by stuff. And he never actually makes it. When he finally thinks he's gonna make it, right at the end of the scene, he gets just chewed out by a piranha plant, which was mad funny. I thought it was so good to just end it like that. And Peach's like, nah, you good. You didn't do it, but you never gave up. Which she likes that about him, that he never gives up. And that's like a whole thing with Mario throughout the whole movie, is that he just keeps trying, right? So Peach is going to Donkey Kong Island. You know, she's going to get the Kong's army in order to go fight Bowser's army, which makes sense, right? You're going to get the most badass, strongest dudes and girls in the goddamn Mushroom Kingdom, and you know, in the whole Mario world, basically. And so when they get there, they're greeted by a badass Kong with a white suit on. And yeah, Cranky is perfect, mad funny. Love this delivery. I love the fact that Diddy Kong was in it. I love the fact that Dixie Kong was in it. They had actual cameos. Diddy, I feel more than Dixie, but Dixie was right next to him the whole time. But they referenced Diddy multiple times. Diddy was just mad hype, you know, cheering on Donkey Kong. But when they opened the door and the way they hyped up Donkey Kong, and Donkey Kong is my guy, you know, like Mario and Donkey Kong like mean so much to me. But when he came out, ran, and then the way he was, and with the pecs and moving the pecs, and Cranky was like, yo, this guy, like, yo, you do too much, like, focus, whatever. He's like, nah, this is what they here for. And Diddy Kong's going crazy, and he's like, Diddy Kong, calm down. Like, yo, it was so good. And then the fight happens, and Donkey Kong is literally beating the living crap out of Mario, the way you would want it to happen, right? So Cranky mentions that, you know, they put power-ups here, so the fight is a little bit fair for Mario, you know? Which is true. Mario needed this shit. He cannot do nothing to Donkey Kong without some power. So Mario hits the first block, gets the blue mushroom, so he's hyped. Oh yeah, and they do a whole thing throughout the whole movie where Mario doesn't like, you know, mushrooms. He had dinner with his family. Charles Martinet played his father again. He's playing his father, and he even does at the end of the movie like wahoo, like, you know, something like that out the window when they all celebrating. But anyway, Mario hates mushrooms, but he eats this blue mushroom because earlier he ate mushrooms with Peach when he was doing the whole course, and he thought, oh yeah, every mushroom just makes you bigger and powerful. So he eats a blue one, and we all know what a blue mushroom does. It makes you tiny, so you can get through the little cracks in the game. So they do that, and he's small, little Ant-Man. And then Donkey Kong's trying to smash him. Donkey Kong grabs him and everything, flicks him away mad hard, and you know, once you hit, you lose the ability. So, and they kept that in it. Peach says it and everything. Like, it's tried and true to the source material. Mario hits the wall. He's regular size again. So, listen, Donkey Kong starts beating the shit out of him. Uppercuts this guy all the way up into the air. When he's falling down, Peach goes, you know, the box. And he hits the box, gets the cat power up. Obviously, Donkey Kong, like you saw in the ads, you know, he got the cat power up. And it's like, dude, I'm a cat. This dude was so agile, scratches Donkey Kong in the face. You see the scratches. Ends up scratching him multiple times, beating the crap out of Donkey Kong, destroys Donkey Kong, goes up into the air. And you know, Cat Mario does that torpedo down attack. Cat Mario does that multiple times in the movie. But even like the downward smash move, he does that when he breaks through Bowser in in the the practice test course that he was doing with Peach. Dude destroys Donkey Kong. So then Cranky Kong's like, fine, to Peach, like, you got my army, but we gonna need carts. So of course Diddy Kong Racing now predates Mario Kart. I don't make the rules. Miyamoto did. This is his flick. He made the Kongs have the Mario Karts. They win it. So they putting their carts together just like in the game. It's like a slot machine, picking your wheels, your glider, and everything, your cart. They putting it all together. Peach is putting hers together. Mario puts it together. They come out looking all badass, and then pulling up right next to them comes Toad in a big ass truck, and he's like hitting the gas a little bit. His glasses just shaking. It's mad funny. But before that, I love that there was a nod in there to Aliens, because I love Aliens, one of my favorite movies of all time. So there was a nod to Aliens in there. You see a Kong with the red bandana, and he hands off something to Kong with all this armor. It looks just like an Alien 2 armor, and it has Nintendo 64 on it, like a 64 number on the shoulder pad. Super cool. So that was a little nod to Alien. Then later on at the end of the movie, when Bowser bashes Mario through the convenience store or whatever, and Mario's up against the wall, there's a picture next to him. Again, the jump man that, I swear that's who Charles Martin it was in the damn cafe, is right there, Jumpman poster. But when Mario's in there, that was 100% RoboCop, not RoboCop. Why I said RoboCop? Rambo 1. When Rambo was in the store, I didn't do anything, and the goddamn sergeant is out there, like, wants him to come out. The villain is outside, he's in the store. It was literally that, and I was like, that was cool. And genuinely, like, it's not like I'm looking into it. Those were definitely nods to Rambo 1 and to Aliens, which I thought was cool. Two of the GOATs, you know what I'm saying? Amazing movies. And this amazing movie had a nod to those. Yeah, but it was just so much cool stuff. Like when they started doing the Mario Kart stuff, and then the road was ending, Mario Kart, like, the road is gonna end, and Cranky Kong, you got to step on the gas, and Mario's like, all right, because Mario's not a coward, so he'll just, all right, this is what we doing. Steps on it, boom. Then they just pop right back up with the glider, And I was like, that was super cool. So that whole Rainbow Road scene was bananas. I don't even know how to even cover the whole thing, but it was bananas, literally. Like, even when they got driven to Cranky, they actually did a banana joke where the Kong in the white tuxedo threw a banana peel. A car drove into it and spun out and just blew up into a goddamn, like a Kong home and stuff. It was crazy. I was like, yo, that's insane. But it was just setting the tone for what was about to come later. That's what they were doing with the blue mushroom and certain things like that. So, yeah, the fight with the Mario Karts and everything was super cool. And I love the fact that at the end, like after the whole stepping on the Koopa and throwing the Koopa back that Mario does that you saw in the trailer, that was epic. Like, my favorite thing was Mario Kart's all destroyed, right? Mario's cart is all destroyed. He ends up jumping on the back, double dash style, on Donkey Kong's, and they're riding. But then after they destroy the main bad Koopa, right? Keep in mind, dude is blue. So when his whole ship blows up, like Terminator, another nod to one of the greatest of all time, like Terminator 2, he comes walking out the fire, doom, and then he's like you think, like, I think he said something like, you think you've won? You haven't won, like, blue shell. And the dude turns into the blue shell and goes after him and hits him. Boom. Peach and Toad are on the motorcycle, so they get ahead. But Donkey Kong and Mario, they fall down. So everybody thinks like, oh, they dead, they're doomed. They fell into the water. Eels swallowed them, one of the eels from 64. And or Odyssey, they in there too, right? In Odyssey, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, from 64 ends up swallowing them. They in the mouth. And then to get out of there, they do the tropical freeze. The Donkey Kong returns. You know what I'm saying? Where Donkey Kong uses the damn barrel in order to fly out of it with the flame on the back and everything. Super epic. I was like, this shit is hitting all the goddamn notes that I wanted to hit. So goddamn good. So, yeah, like, Luigi, Bowser interrogated him. Bowser, the whole movie, is just jealous of Mario. Like, oh, he beat Donkey Kong. Oh, was Peach impressed? Like, he's just all about not wanting Peach to fall for this mustache dude. So he wants to take out Mario. That's where his hate for Mario comes. And yeah, it was just cool. Even Luigi in prison with the Lumas and everything. was super good. I thought it was perfect to have Luigi being, the one who needed to be saved in this movie. And then by the time that basically Luigi is finally freed, I guess I'll fast forward now to like the ending stuff. Bowser and Mario fighting. Mario's trying to get the superstar. They're in Brooklyn now because Bowser sent a giant bullet bill after Tanuki Mario, which Tanuki Mario was the last power up. They made it the best. They made the best power up, the best power up in the movie, and the best segment in the movie, the big action set piece. Like that was. And I didn't even listen. I skipped over Donkey Kong and Mario getting their power ups and running through and doing the whole 2D section. But even at the beginning of the movie in Brooklyn, when Mario wants to rush to go wherever they're going, he's like, "Oh, we gotta go." It's a 2D section, and it's a lot like the old Donkey Kong game and stuff like that. Really nice the way they did all that. But yeah, at the end when Bowser's fighting Mario, basically, like Bowser's going to burn him right when he's gonna go and grab the Power Star Mario finally, and right when you think he's gonna get burned, Luigi just comes with a goddamn sewer, and is blocking like the sewer top, and he's blocking the flame, and it's melting all around him, and basically, he was brave. Luigi was brave, and he helped his brother out, and then together they just both jump, grab the superstar together, and then the soundtrack, it was already insane. Then the kicks in, like the music comes in, they all powered up. This dude tries to like big boot them, kick them. They don't even budge. They just start destroying him, and then they do a super uppercut to him. And then Peach feeds him a damn blue mushroom, makes him small, put him in the jar, and it went perfect with a little moment that Peach and Mario had where, Peach was talking about her origin, how she came. They just show her come out, baby Peach out the pipe. Earlier in the movie, they show baby Luigi, baby Mario, or when Luigi was getting bullied and Mario helped him again, even as a child. But yeah, he was like, on my world, turtles are like pets. They're cool. She couldn't believe it. He said, come to Brooklyn sometime and I'll get you a turtle. So when he had Bowser in the jar, he said, see, told you I'll get you a turtle. And they kept Bowser basically in the prison, in the castle, and he's still on the blue mushroom. Hasn't gotten hit, so he's not going to lose that ability. So if they do a sequel, I'm assuming they'll probably do Bowser Jr. trying to save his father, and it'll be the other way around, which is really cool. And there was a cameo of Yoshi's where Yoshi and a pink one stopped and looked at Mario, and the gang basically going on their adventure. And I was like, oh man, it looked like that one wanted to come with us. That's gonna be safe for part 2. But the Tanuki suit was amazing. The bullet bill was chasing Mario, and Mario basically let it through the warp pipe they came through. It got sucked in through that, but then it destroyed the whole thing, and that's why everybody ended up in Brooklyn. And that's why the movie ended up. But when the movie ended, Mario and Luigi lived in the Mushroom Kingdom, and I thought that was amazing. And it ended with them jumping through the pipe, and it was just beautiful. It was such a well done movie, and I feel like even if it wasn't a Mario movie, it's still a fun family movie, a little adventure movie like most of these little animated movies are. 90 minutes of straight fun, hitting you with jokes, hitting you with little cute moments, and getting you out of the theater. That's basically what this movie was. But then when you throw in the love that it showed for Mario, it could have just been a generic movie, but they made sure every frame, every scene had nods and nods and nods, from blowing into cartridges to things in the background, pictures in the background, characters in the background. On top of Mario TV, when he was playing the NES, there was a fucking R-Wing up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Star Fox universe exists in there and everything. Like, that's cool. It could have been like a Thunderbird show that Mario was a fan of, Star Fox show, and they could do that because that's something Miyamoto always likes to reference with Star Fox. But there was just such love poured into the whole damn thing. And when the movie finally ends, the Luma on screen basically goes, he goes something like, "Oh, it's over," and basically, but it basically tells us like, even if it was good, like, you happy, you shouldn't be because there's no more, and now it's just the sad void. You're just left with the sad void. That Luma was crazy. I don't know why he was so nuts, but he was. I didn't stay after all the credits, so if there was something after that, I missed that. But I stood for all of the Bowser song and everything, which I thought was beautiful, especially when he told Kamek, "Hey, join me," and they started singing as he was interrogating them, and then smashed the damn piano top on his fingers. So good. So yeah, as you can see, I loved every second of the Super Mario Brothers movie. I can't wait for the sequel. This was an amazing start to Nintendo Cinematic Universe, or whatever, just them starting to make feature films. This was, for me as a Mario fan, a 10 out of 10 start. Absolutely. I can't wait to own this movie and watch it a dozen times and comb over all the moments. And the last thing I want to mention, Donkey Kong, I loved every second of it. Now listen, I've been watching Seth Rogen since Freaks and Geeks back in the day. You know, I'm one of the handful of people who actually remember that show when it originally aired. You know, and obviously everything he did after, everything. How many movies this guy got? 1,000. You know, so I am a huge fan of him, and I love the way he handles comic book properties. And they also gave the Turtles trailer at the beginning of this movie, before, and I was happy to see that. Miles Morales. What else they gave? This weird movie with this Kraken like little girl, which actually looked really cool. This like Kraken fish movie looks sick. And Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Those were the trailers that they gave. But yeah, I'm such a huge fan, and I thought he did such a great job that I'm like, I want a Donkey Kong movie like immediately. He was so charming, so funny, but he captured Donkey Kong like properly. It was good. Even the laugh when he was tiny and his big face came down and he laughed. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, it works. It works for DK. Like, I like it. I loved it. So yeah, for me, if we giving this a 5-star rating, this movie for me gets full 5 stars. If it's a 10 out of 10, rate, 1 through 10, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I loved it. 2 thumbs up, all of that good stuff. I enjoyed every second of this movie, and I can't recommend it enough. If you're on the fence about watching this, I don't know why. You like video games, you should go watch it just because it's the first video game movie that is actually properly a video game movie, respecting everything about the source material without pandering to audiences need to see real actors and stuff like that, and I'm not trying to throw shade at any other movies. I'm just saying this is the epitome of video game movies. This is the top. For me personally, it goes this, then Detective Pikachu. Everything else is up in the air after that because everything else has been mediocre to me other than those two. But those two movies, I think Nintendo has nailed it twice so far. So I look forward to see what they do in the future. And I don't want to say, what the sequel to this is. I mean, what they do. What's next? Is it just a Mario 2? Are we getting Donkey Kong? Are we going to get a Toad Adventure? Are we going to get cartoons maybe on, I don't know, Netflix or whatever the case may be? Because I know they're doing the live action Pokemon on Netflix and stuff like that. Like, I'm down for everything and anything. The amount of love and care that went into this was insane. The amount of detail that went into this was insane. Like, when Mario had his gloves off, when he was in the house, Mario and Luigi both had their gloves off. I was just looking at their hands and the detail of their skin, and I was like, hey, this just looks so beautiful, so gorgeous. I loved every frame of this movie. It was so good, so good. So yeah, that's my review. And I know once I'm done, I'm gonna feel like, I should have mentioned this, I should have mentioned that, because it was just so many little things, little details that I know I didn't cover here. Every single one, it's just impossible. It's so much. But yeah, like I said, loved it, and that's gonna do it for this. So if you enjoy this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, make sure to follow me on Twitch in order to see live streams like my Super Mario Odyssey streams and stuff like that. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.